Coming up on Look Today, well, the Saratoga County Sheriff's Office held a press conference today and we were there. Plus, we caught up with Queensbury Supervisor-at-Large, Doug Beaty, and talk about his run for Warren County Board of Supervisors Chair. More on that coming up. And Congresswoman Elise Stefanik has voiced her support for an appointment of an Election Security Czar. It's all ahead on Look Today. Welcome everyone, I'm J. Hood Jackson and this is Look Today. In tonight's program, I sit down with John Hand. He's owner of the Hand Melon Farm in Greenwich. And we're joined by Terry Potachik. She's Executive Director, Agricultural Stewardship Association. And we're on location at the Hand Melon Farm to talk about the importance of farming, as well as an upcoming benefit that's happening August 2nd right there at the farm. Plus, I also sit down with Jim Cronin, owner of Cronin's Golf Course. And we're on location again at the golf course for his interview. And we're interviewing him about what they've got going on at the course this summer. Plus, we've got your weather for the Tri-North counties. But first, these headline stories. Well, in our lead story, Senator Jim Tedisco held a press conference today about changes in parole legislation. Now, the modifications include life in prison without parole for persistent violent offenders, first-degree murderers, and the murder of a first responder. Well, the alterations also called for a waiting period between parole hearings to be extended from 2 years to 5 years. Now, the press conference was attended by Saratoga County DA Karen Hagan and Saratoga County Sheriff Mike Zerlo, who both showed their support for the changes. Now, we spoke to Sheriff Mike Zerlo about the Sheriff's Office endorsement.
As I said in the press conference, I have a personal interest in this. My good friend and partner, Paul Luther, was shot and killed in the line of duty in Mechanicville. Back on October 30th, 1976, we worked together, and I agonize every 2 years with the family to sit in front of one parole board member to try to get them to deny parole. So I think to give some space as to what the family has to go through, I think 5 years would be a sufficient amount of time.
And we also spoke to Senator Tedisco about these changes.
Law enforcement and their support means everything to us. The district attorney is here, the corrections officers. These are the first responders. And as you know, we have a bill for life imprisonment without parole, which passed close to unanimously, tremendous bipartisan support in the Senate. We want to get it over to the Assembly. And it's a pretty simple bill but important. If you kill a first responder, our firefighters, our sheriffs, our corrections officers, EMTs who are coming to save our lives, we're endangered. So our bill says if you do that, life imprisonment without parole.
Wow. Okay, in other news. Well, we caught up with Queensbury Supervisor-at-Large, Doug Beaty. Now, as we told you last week, Doug is eyeing a run for Warren County Board of Supervisors Chairman. Now, a member of the Republican Party, Beaty is a real proponent of bipartisan leadership and also transparency. Now, to prove it, he vows he will send every email that is not confidential that he receives to the entire Board of Supervisors. And we spoke to him about his plan to be fair and balanced leader for the board if he is elected.
It's real simple. I'm going to have a committee of 3 people to determine the makeup of the committees and the chairmanships. I will have zero input on that. I'll have a Democrat, a Republican, and an independent. And if somebody can come up with a more bipartisan committee than that, please inform me.
Best of luck, Doug. I've known Doug for a number of years now. He's a real deal, for sure. All right, switching from news to weather. Today, kind of a mixed day. A lot of humidity still in the air. And it is the opening day of the fair. So we're hoping for sun and temperatures in the 80s for the rest of the week. Well, let's see what Clarence has to say. For a more detailed look at our weather, let's head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast.
Thank you, Jesse. I'm meteorologist Clarence Ponster with your first look weather update on Look TV. Right now, we've had some showers and storms from earlier today making their way across the northeast corridor. So your drive along I-95 and along those interstates across much of the Northeast are going to be a messy one as we look forward in time. Heading into Wednesday, there's that trough still nearby our area, then that's cold front right behind it. It'll try to move its way towards our area when we get to our Wednesday night as well. So a stormy forecast is in store for much of mid to even late week. Few showers are possible, mainly cloudy, 70 the overnight low. As we go along during the early morning hours on Wednesday, our rain chances will be at 60 to 70% and temperatures in the lower to mid 70s. Storms expected near that trough low pressure. May see a quarter to a half inch of rain with a high of 80 with the south wind at 10 to 15 miles per hour. So flash flooding is possible. Turn around, don't drown when you come across that flooded roadway. 6 inches of fast moving water can knock you off your feet. 2 feet of water can drift away most vehicles. Here's our extended. We could experience an additional 50% threat of showers and storms on Thursday with highs in the mid 80s. 50% threat of showers and storms also, although we could see partial sunshine on Friday with highs in the lower 80s. But then we may be trading in the stormy weather during the work week to a nice weekend with highs near 80 and lows in the upper 50s with mostly sunny skies both Saturday and Sunday. That was your first look weather update on Look TV. I'm meteorologist Clarence Ponsor. Now to send it back to you, Jesse.
Thanks very much, Clarence. Back to the news. Well, Congresswoman Elise Stefanik has voiced her support for appointing an Election Security Czar. As you can guess, this comes in response to the Russian interference in the 2016 presidential election. Now, the Election Security Czar would be put in charge of overseeing efforts, all the efforts to protect the upcoming election cycle. And Congresswoman Stefanik, who's a Republican, joined forces with Democratic Congresswoman Kathleen Rice, and they sent a joint letter to President Trump pushing for the appointment. Now, in a statement, Stefanik said, and I quote, "The threat of continued election interference is real, and these agencies cannot do their jobs effectively if they're working in a silo." Up next, I sit down with John Hand. He's owner of the Hand Melon Farm in Greenwich. We're joined by Terry Potacek. She's executive director of the Agricultural Stewardship Association. And we're on location at the farm to talk about the work, the important work that farming does, as well as an upcoming benefit that's happening right there at the farm. I also sit down with Jim Cronin, owner of Cronin's Golf Course, again on location at the golf course, for an interview with him about what they've got going on at the golf course this summer. But first, if you see news happening, you want to share a story idea, how about join us for an interview? Then give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Look Today. I've got a couple of lookouts. First and foremost, my wife and I had the honor last night of attending a memorial for Jeff Townsend, who ran the Saratoga County Fair until his untimely death. And it was really something to participate in this memorial. Donna Frank put it together, did a wonderful job putting it together. Spoke to Tammy Ballestero, who was involved with the Agricultural Society. Kevin Veach, who's taken over for Jeff, has done a wonderful job. And a younger person, Josh, who Jeff Townsend mentored in teaching him about audio. And to hear the heartfelt stories from all of these people was just really very moving and a very, very fine tribute to a very good person, Jeff Townsend. They handed out these blue wristbands, which I'm going to wear for the rest of the summer, as is Andrew. It says Fair, Family, Strong. And they talked about that as well, and the meaning of community and family and strength. Just a wonderful affair. Okay, talking about the fair, it started today. It runs all the way through the 29th. So you got plenty of opportunities to go. However, this is the last opportunity you have to get tickets from us. We blew through hundreds. I can't even tell you how many we had. But the final group of winners are Heather Nicole Wright, who says her favorite part of the fair are the deep fried Oreos. I didn't even know they had those. How about JJ Engel, who says he likes running into old friends? I get that. Shauna Story, who said she loves going to get chocolate milk and cow erasers. I don't know what that means either. And Bobby Joe, tell me that's not a perfect name, who says favorite part is the pig race. And Robert Myers, who says he loves how happy his daughters get when they are there. And I understand that as well. So if I just said your name, you can pick up your tickets right here in Saratoga Springs Studio between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. on any weekday. But it'll have to be this week. And you can find our address on our website and on Facebook. And we'd like to thank everyone for participating in this year's giveaway. If you didn't receive tickets, we're sorry, but you did have a good opportunity to get them. You cannot believe the number of people we reached. It was close to 30,000 people. All right, tonight on Look TV, Queensbury Town Board meeting. And don't forget, tune in tomorrow night for the stories that matter to you. Good night, everyone.